So, one particular thing that happened a couple of weeks ago that's annoyed me that I'm going to tell you about whilst playing GTA, because it's not a particularly interesting subject, and I could not be bothered to choose between making a video and going on the Xbox. So, a couple of weeks ago, last week, I went for an interview at the University of East Anglia for the scriptwriting and performance course. And as always, something really annoyed me. Discontinuing the fact that it took 4 hours to drive there, 5 hours to do the interview, that they hadn't even set up properly, and that nobody had a clue where I went to the place where I was supposed to go, and then nobody had a clue where I was supposed to go after that, yeah. And then it was 4 hours to get back. That was fun. The thing that annoyed me in particular was that the guy who did my interview, who would have been my tutor, I'm not going there because the course at Falmouth's better, but the guy who would have been my tutor they ask for a 15-page a 15-page extract of something that you've written. So I sent a 15-page extract of the play that I'm putting on at Kidderminster College in room 304 on March 26th and 27th. The tickets are £4 or £3 for concessions. You should definitely come see it. And in this extract, he referred to something as when this character goes on a misogynistic rant. Thing that annoyed me about that is that the rant isn't even slightly misogynistic. The definition of someone who is misogynistic is someone who hates women. The very first line of his little rant is, "Feminism is an admirable concept when used to its actual definition." Now, anybody with a vague understanding of the English language should be able to tell that that quite clearly means he thinks of women as equals, and he's calling out one particular person that he's talking to because they abuse a very, admirable concept of feminism to be misandristic. And apparently, never mind. Apparently, calling out someone who is abusing something such as feminism to essentially get what they want makes me a misogynist, because, yeah, the character is voicing my personal opinion. Because, I don't mind feminists. I don't really... I like feminists when they are actually fighting for something where they have been treated unfairly because they're women, because that's not right. But people who use feminism as an excuse to get what they want just because they are women bugs the shit out of me, because nobody can call them out on it. The fact that I'm calling people out on it now is probably meaning that most of the hate mail that I'm going to get for this particular video is going to be calling me sexist. And yeah, generally men have to be very careful about what they say anyway, because I'm not a sexist. I make the odd joke, but then everybody makes jokes about everybody. One of my leading ideals has been that the second you make something too important or too precious to be satirised is the moment that you've given that thing too much power. Which is why I get pissed off about people complaining when you make jokes about religion, because nothing should be above criticism. Because the second it is, then you've created something horrific. Not saying that religion is... well, yeah, let's move on. This isn't about that. This is about me being a massive sexist because I hate women and everything they do. It's complete bollocks. Women essentially control everything about my life. You pink bike riding bastard! What was I talking about? Oh yeah. Women essentially control everything about my life. If something on my life isn't... if a main part of my life isn't focused on women, then I'm probably very ill. Even my house. My house is essentially a matriarchal society because, well, my mum's in control. Let's put it that way. My dad probably likes to think he's in control, but he's not. He's just... my dad has the... thank you for that. My dad has the opportunity to live here. That's essentially what it is. But my mum is entirely in control. I got distracted by being beaten by that tit on a bike. I can't remember what I'm saying. Yeah, it annoys me that you can't call out people who are abusing certain systems without being accused of being something that you're not. I can't call out women abusing something which they should be using for the greater good without being called a sexist. And I'm not sexist. If anything, I'm the opposite, because I idolise women, which is incredibly unhealthy, but still. But that's sort of the position that being born into has left me. I was very lucky in that I was born in England into a middle-class white family, and the punishment for that is that I have to be very careful about what I say, despite the fact that I haven't actually done any wrong to anyone. I have a couple of, I was going to call them friends, I have a couple of acquaintances who get really fired up about specific things. One who I can think of who is an extreme feminist, who even the slightest joke about, if you even say woman and kitchen in the same sentence, she will flip her shit at you. Literally pick it up and throw it at you. And a couple of other friends who get really angry about jokes about people of different skin colour. Not horrible jokes, just the odd joke every now and then. And the funny thing is that they're white. They have middle class guilt. But I've been born into a position where I have to be very careful about what I say, despite the fact that I've never done anything. I'm not being punished, because that makes it sound like it's worse than it is, but I think people just need to get a grip. Start realising that it doesn't really matter what happened in the past, if it was that far in the past that it's not happening now. I'm not saying that women aren't treated as second-class citizens sometimes, because they still are. That's why feminism still exists. But stop taking it out on people who haven't done anything to deserve it. I'm still trying to be very careful about what I say, because I'm probably still going to get some hate mail for this one as well. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to East Anglia, because specifically just because, well, not specifically because of that, because they don't have Wi-Fi in the rooms, and the course isn't very good. There aren't really that many good script writing courses in the country. That one was quite good. I'd recommend going there if you want to do it. But just because he's called that rant misogynistic because it calls out people who are abusing a system really pisses me off. I've got a feeling that doing this alongside playing GTA wasn't a good idea, because most of my attention has been directed to that, so I've probably repeated myself about 1 billion times, but oh well.